Hey, this is Ace Guillen, and you're watching Cover Stories. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're welcoming some new guests this week. We have Ashley Gutermuth. We also have another newbie. Her name is Meka. And she's my friend and yours, Melissa Greenberg. Well, beginning April 1st, California theme parks will be silently reopening. The California Attractions and Parks Association, or CAPA for short, is recommending that park guests avoid singing, heavy breathing, and screaming to help decrease the spread of COVID-19. So you can still enjoy those rides like the Quiet of the Caribbean, Shush Mountain, and the Hinted Mountain. Or Hinted Mansion, as my bad writing goes. Yes. So, we did find some people that were complaining about the new rules, and I actually got it on video. Some very upset park guests were complaining to staff, and this happened.
Woof! You don't talk to me like that, you little piece of shit! Get the up! Get the up! Now, do we have a problem?
No, sir. No, Mr. Mouse. No, Mr. Mouse.
Oh, that's good, because I thought we had a problem for a minute there,
I thought we were gonna have a fucking problem, Okay, so, that is gonna be the most library-like environment. I don't know, let me see. Melissa, I know as a mom, you have a hard time getting your kids to stay quiet. Like, just be quiet. Just be quiet. So how are we supposed to do this for adults is basically what I'm going to...
And it's on a roller coaster. The screaming is involuntary. I mean, hello. And what's the fun of going on a roller coaster if you can't drag some friend who really doesn't want to go on it with you?
Yep.
And watch them just lose their... There's so many videos out there on YouTube of people, you know, the friend passing out in the seat next to them.
Well, they're not breaking rules. They just pass out.
Right, but screaming and then passing out. Like,
I love those ones, where they show people fainting. Those are the best.
Right. What's the ticket for that? You know, like what's the infraction?
Oh, like what kind of trouble are you going to get into?
Right, like you ride a roller coaster. It's like, it's okay to crap yourself, but just don't scream.
You know, well, okay, so
we'll have to.
I've always been a germaphobe, and here's the weird thing. Whenever I was ever getting on a little background on me. I used to be the type of person who used to wear a mask all the time. And this is like back in 2015. So like if I went to like Disneyland and stuff, I used to wear like what now everybody's wearing. And people used to make fun of me and call me a weirdo and you're scared of germs. Now, here is a funny story about that. So whenever we would get on roller coasters, I would always have this gross, like whatever somebody's screaming or exhaling, it's blowing back at me if they're sitting in front of me.
Oh God.
So one day we were at Disneyland and there was somebody in front of me, and it was one of those days I wasn't wearing a mask, and someone, I guess, either coughed or something, and we're on the roller coaster and it splashed back and spit got on my face. And so I can kind of see where I can kind of be all for like, keep your mouth shut. On a roller coaster.
People probably throw up on those things.
Oh, and the person behind them probably swallows it. Yeah.
Face shield, right?
Yeah. Meka, I could see you grossed out by my story, but let's be honest here. Now, don't you want to wear a mask when you get on a roller coaster?
I mean, I'm also I was also already a germaphobe, so your story is just making me cringe inside. I think I'm always going to wear a mask no matter what, just like they do in China. Like, they're ahead of their time. You were ahead of your time. That's it. Mask every day. Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny you say that. In Japan, for years, it's been a fashion. They've always worn, not always, but, for like at least maybe about 10, 15 years, a lot of people would wear masks. And actually, ironically, where we used to buy some of our masks was from this little Japanese store. And yeah, people would be like, why are you wearing?
They make face decals.
Yeah, they would have little
screaming.
Oh, like yeah. You're talking about that. No, I mean, back then when we were buying them, there was like Hello Kitty ones and like little, you would have like little teeth and stuff. And now now 2020 has made the face mask like the graphic t-shirt of, your head. Ashley.
Well,
yeah. Are you a loud person at a park?
Line of thought. Well, I can be, sure. But in Japan, they took the masks for their thrill rides. They also made people wear masks, but they put like stickers on them to show that you're screaming. So it's just like this.
Oh.
I think I want one that just makes me look bored. Just.
I got a new one for you.
What the problem is.
What the screaming?
With this, with the screaming. If you're going on a thrill ride,
right,
you're going for adrenaline. And what better sense of adrenaline than the chance of catching a life-threatening disease?
No, the only problem I had with this story, it wasn't the screaming. It honestly wasn't. It didn't bother me. It was the heavy breathing was asked.
Oh yeah.
Not to heavy breathe. And I'm like, it's like, have you ever been to a theme park? Like, there's always someone behind you just. You're like, oh God.
Right before they throw up. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the guy that's got the turkey leg in one hand and like the cotton candy.
He's like walking like this. Like, he's gonna be breathing hard.
Yeah, it's just like
fat people. Like, I don't get it.
But how do you monitor it? Like, what's like one person's heavy breathing is another person's like sweet nothings. Like, how do you?
One person's heavy breathing is another person's screaming. I think you're being a pervert right now. Is what's happening.
I said sweet nothings. Basket.
I feel like we're all asking the wrong question. Why are they opening up? Like, if you can't just keep it closed.
Right. It's hence the unamusement park title. It really would just be so boring to just watch. It's just like I said. It's like a library. You're just walking around and you're like, shh, keep it down.
Well, I heard if you read the article, they're opening on April 1st, which is an awesome April Fool's Day prank.
Right? Yeah, you show up and you're just like, sorry, folks, the park is closed. The moose out front should have told you. Yeah.
Mickey lied to me? Are you kidding me? Where's my turkey leg? Gotta go heavy breathe next to a princess.
And they did that anyways. That was the worst part. We're now going to have some Express news from around the globe. Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg.
So this week brings us some fun news. Taiwan. The Taiwanese government is urging residents not to change their legal names to salmon to take advantage of a restaurant's free sushi promotion. This is like one of those things where you get tattooed with the company's name or something like that. But the Taiwan ministry said nearly 100 people have already changed their names to salmon because this restaurant, there's a restaurant chain that promises free sushi for customers whose name include the Chinese characters used to spell the name of the fish. And they have to provide official ID saying their name has been changed to salmon or something in order to take advantage of the promotion. But apparently the ministry says there's a name act that only allows you to change your name legally 3 times.
Oh.
So they said, don't do that. What do you think, Meka? Would you change your name for free? What would you change it? What would you change your name for to get something free? How about that?
I mean,
Xbox, PlayStation.
Everybody wants free stuff, but fish? Like, how expensive is the fish in Taiwan? Like,
I know, right?
Right? Because you can get it. You could probably get it at ShopRite over there.
Yeah, like I don't know. Half the
Albertsons.
population has some fish. I just don't get it. Like, yeah.
Okay.
But I would change my name to in this particular situation, I would change it to I don't know, Mermaid Girl. Mermaid Girl Salmon or some shit like that. Like make it very
Like make it your middle name?
Exactly.
Clever. Ashley?
Easy. I would change my name to Freshwater Trout. Yeah. It's a different type of fish. It's my dream.
That's what your partner says. No.
Freshwater
right?
trout.
And well, we know Ace PlayStation.
Well, if we're sticking to the theme of fish, I don't know. Yeah, Nemo. I know, right? Fish are our friends. I don't know. That's it. I know. Well, okay. So salmon is the secret word, right? That's the one that's getting them the free.
Right, but the restaurant chain
sushi.
will give you free sushi if you change your name to the character that has whatever the fish, salmon.
Oh, okay. So like I like tuna and what's the other one that I like?
California roll.
Well, yeah. California.
Coming to the stage.
Now I know what I want for
California
dinner. Like,
Do I have? No, that's not it. See, I just. Sorry, you got me thinking about the California. What is the California? Yeah. So I don't know. Like if tuna. Let me see. I would try to do kind of what Ashley's. I mean, like Meka said, where you just try to make it part of like a cool name, so it almost does. It's like it blends in together. You know what I mean?
Like
So, I don't know.
Antonio Guillen.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
Antunia. Yeah, Antoine. It'd be like an
Is something that you really want though. Like, would you really want that much free tuna?
It depends on the place. There's some places that they don't prep their sushi very good, so no.
I changed my name to Mercedes.
Oh Lord, won't you buy me?
Right?
Mercedes.
Mercedes
almost-
Benz. I love that song.
That song
That
is amazing.
This reminds
Ace,
me of
you're-
an old saying: "Smells like fish, but tastes like chicken."
I'm a nasty woman.
Yeah.
Well, they said you can change the name act says you can change your name 3 times. And I'm like, okay.
What are they,
If you change it once
genies?
to
What?
salmon,
Yeah. What are they, genies? You got 3 wishes. That's it.
right. That's the name act. Yeah, the Taiwanese, the name act. So I'm like, okay, so you change it to salmon, you change it back. That's
You say,
Ooh,
yes.
No,
You know you
change it
have
back.
no, you have all 3 names in one. So you go like, my name is I don't know. My name's Video Game Sushi Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Something like that, where you have all the 3 things that you can live off of. Yeah.
I think you have to do it one at a time because obviously this is a promotion that will catch on, right? So right now we've got the salmon, but then a year from now it could be Mercedes, or it could be like pay salsa. Who doesn't want a lifetime supply of salsa? Then you got to change your name to that. So you got to really, you can't go back to your original name. I don't think that's a smart investment, Melissa.
right.
You know what? You're nailing
Well,
something
you could
right
get
now.
married.
No, but
Get married.
oh yeah, and then you could start over. You get 3 more wishes or 3 more name
yeah.
changes.
3 more wishes.
No,
Rub the
somebody-
fish, get the 3 wishes.
but
You make it
Ashley,
your last name.
Ashley just
and then
reminded me.
or you marry somebody with that last name.
She just reminded me of something though that I didn't think about. So what if like something comes back around that's like you've already used up your 3 names, right? And then some other promotion comes back around that's really cool. Like if you just, I don't know, change your name to Samsung and you get free Samsung stuff. But what if your name was legit Samsung before you changed it all 3 times and wasted it?
Loophole.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was your original name 4 names ago now. So
Right. You can't, that's what they're saying. You
Yeah.
only get 3 times to change your name. And I'm
Okay.
like, so if you get married, then you can't get divorced and get your name back. So don't get
Okay.
married, is I'm
Here's what
saying.
you do though. You use up your wishes, your fish wishes. You got to rub the fish. You get your 3 wishes, right? then if once that happens, if another deal comes along, you have to have a kid, and you name that kid after that promotion, and then it just continues on. That's 4 wishes. We've already compounded.
So what you're saying is like when parents put their kid's name under like the light bill or something like that, so they don't screw up their credit.
My name's Taco Jones.
My name is AT&T.
Taco Jones. I just imagine this little stocky kid with a raspy voice. My name's Taco Jones.
He's just walking through the drive-thru, just Taco Bell.
Mom, why'd you name it Taco Jones?
He would totally hate cilantro too. It'd be one of those guys.
Yeah. Those people, I don't trust them for anything.
I hate lettuce, which is like the white cilantro.
Lettuce.
People don't usually go hardcore hate for lettuce, but
I hate lettuce.
Like nothing. What do you hate it?
No, okay. I'm not even playing. I'm the type of person to order a salad with no lettuce. Like I hate lettuce. And I have
toppings.
No, well I'm joking about this stuff, but here's the thing about lettuce. If you ever notice, that's what gets people sick everywhere they go. Like if they get food poisoning, it's always lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
It's never the tomato.
Only a germaphobe would think about that, because I think about that. Like if I'm in certain places, I can only order cooked food because lettuce does get people sick.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Lettuce. They don't wash it right. They don't. Yeah.
The boxes all say triple washed, but if they're triple washed with filthy hands, doesn't count.
Mm-hmm.
Wash them at home.
And you don't know what the bag contains. You know what I mean? Like the bag that they're using. Yeah.
Ugh. Damn, I was gonna have a salad later.
And don't get me wrong, I like salad, but yeah, it's just every time you turn on the news, like romaine lettuce recall, blah blah blah, and then you're just like, oh god. So yeah, I don't.
Ace loves salads, but he calls them a hamburger.
Yeah. I'll have a double salad, please. Yeah.
I'm moving on.
Okay, sorry.
I'm on a whole nother thing now.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. Lonely chimps at Czech zoos take to Zoom to connect during lockdown. You think you're sick of Zoom meetings? Well, these chimps are just starting to enjoy their new life online. 2 zoos in the Czech Republic, because of the lack of visitors, have hooked up Zoom meets for the chimps in the enclosures. And the chimps get to see each other. And at first they were aggressive, or they didn't know what they were watching. So they would, kind of go at the screen. But after a while, they figured out, I'm at the movie watching on TV. And they started to do things that humans would do, like grab snacks to sit down and watch the other chimps.
Okay.
Yeah, so the chimps get COVID? They can't see each other? Like, I'm trying to figure out.
Well, because there's no visitors coming to the zoo.
Okay.
No, but yeah, animals are still getting the virus too.
And they actually can get it.
Yeah.
They vaccinated.
I think animals got vaccines before people did. Here's a chimp on a Zoom meet.
Oh, wow.
I can't even make that out. What is he?
Yeah, that's his face.
Oh, he's looking into the camera.
He grabbed a snack.
Did you ever see that one? I think it was a chimp that was playing with a cell phone, and she just like instantly started figuring it out, and she was able to touch apps, she was just picking and shit. And I was like thinking, we humans like to think of ourselves as so highly intelligent, and it's really just technology's dumbed down for us, because even a chimp within 30 seconds was able to figure out how to use a cell phone. Like,
have you met humans? We're not.
Yeah, we're pretty just dumb. We're
pretty dumb. Are the chimps masturbating on camera too? Like,
like everyone else on Zoom.
We do that.
Yeah.
They're doing chimp stuff. So
chimp stuff.
They have porn tree, and they just log on there.
But they said they started exhibiting human behaviors, like, "Oh, my show is on." So they grabbed some snacks, and
did they start getting political and just start going back and forth talking shit to each other
in the chat, sending dirty messages to other chimps? I'm just like texting you. I'm in the waiting room. Let me in. You're on mute. You're on mute, chimp.
They did say that they were muted. They did say that, but because who knows what they would say, right? but I'm waiting for them to send like one slutty chimp in to start some trouble, you know.
I wonder if they're playing with the filters, like the bunny ears. And
no, you know
all
what
the
they do?
stuff.
They keep using the poop emoji because they like to fling poop. So they're just like
yeah.
tap, tap, tap.
Well, it seems to be helping, and I tried to figure out. I'm like, well, how would I feel if like we didn't have like, you know, you want to see your relatives, so someone just hooks up a Zoom from 8 to 4, and they can watch you walking around.
Like these chimps, they're secluded, but then now they're feeling like they can be social, and because you know animals are social creatures generally. So same with
kind
humans.
of like us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This.
So I'm just curious to when one of the chimps is starting his own cover stories with what's a chimp name? I don't know. Charlton Heston. We'll just call him Charlton Heston.
What is a chimp name?
Cover stories
What
with Charlton
was Michael
Heston.
Jackson? Bubbles?
Bubbles. Yeah, there you go. Cover
Bubbles,
stories with
yeah.
Bubbles.
Remember him? Yeah.
Cover stories with Bubbles, everybody.
Come on, Bubbles. Allegedly. Did you ever see that South Park episode? Where everything they talked to Michael Jackson about, he would just go, allegedly.
Yes. Legendary episode.
Cherry grown in Italy, dubbed the world's heaviest by
I
Guinness.
saw this.
Yeah, and you probably skipped right over it, thinking this
I
is stupid.
did.
Yeah, but I said no. It's
How
not
heavy
the
was
story,
it?
It's what we bring to it. So here's the stupidest story. It's called a Sweet Stephanie. This cherry that's grown in Italy.
Sweet Stephanie's cherry.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
the name of it. Stephanie's cherry.
It's because Sweet Daryl's cherry doesn't have a nice ring.
Cherry pie. Okay.
It weighs 0.93 ounces, which beats the previous record of 0.84 ounces. And they had to hurry up and like weigh it because I guess it doesn't have a long shelf life. I have a picture of it. Let's see.
No, they had to
of this big ass cherry. And I guess,
Whoa.
well, that's an Italian coin, so I don't know if it's a dime or not, or a, you know,
pretty big.
silver dollar.
Wow.
It's a very big cherry. It weighs just over half a pound. It's probably all pit, like those alligator pears that you get at the bodegas.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're gonna see it.
Pop that cherry.
We're gonna see it on a show called My 600-Ounce Cherry, where
They had to weigh it so quickly because there was a guy waiting to creep some woman out in a bar by tying it in a knot in his mouth.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do that.
Ace is like, yeah, man. Yeah, it was me. It was me.
I remember some girl told me about that when I was in college, and she goes, "Yeah, supposedly you're a good kisser if you could tie it." And so I tried it, and she saw, "Ooh!" And I was so fucking impressed that I could do it that I started ignoring her, and I was taking all the cherry steps. It was at a party. I just started blanking her out, dude, and just like,
He took the jar home.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is not the only thing I can do.
my ADD
Okay,
just my ADD kept me a virgin for years. I don't know. Heavy cherries. I know that's a dirty
I'm like,
joke
what are we
in
talking
itself.
about? Like, my brain is cherry.
It's over half a pound.
You just
it's
so
like-
into it.
Mika's got cherry pie song stuck in my head now. I can't stop singing it.
I hear cherry. I just don't think about fruit. I'm just thinking about something
cherry
else.
pie. Yeah,
Something
it's just
else.
looping in my head. I mean, who thinks about cherries when they're, talking about cherries? It's like one of those things where it's like your brain automatic. Like if someone mentions like a camel toe, like you automatically go to like negative thought where you're just like, no, my camel literally has a rock stuck in his tail. Like you're trying to explain.
You know how I have a
this.
camel?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got a bad toe.
We've done camel stories. It happens. It comes
Yeah,
up.
that's what I'm saying.
out.
It's like your brain always goes to the dirty thing or like the vulgar thing, as innocent as it may be. I'm trying- yeah.
My
Yeah,
grandma asked me
sausage.
what a camel toe was once. That was fun.
Oh.
Did you ever?
She watched too much of the Kardashians. They teach her bad things. They're bad influences.
Did you ever
What did you
see?
say?
Yeah. What did you tell her? Would you explain to her?
I turned it into a joke that said it was a new type of superfood. And so she was just like, "What does that mean, Ashley? Is it like it's got antioxidants, Grandma? Don't worry about it."
Should have told her it's very salty. You don't want to try it.
Salty.
Okay, so this has been Espresso News with Melissa Greenberg. Okay, so someone in Wisconsin had a rough day when a driver parked his Jeep and walked across the street. He came back to find his vehicle was doggone. Apparently, his canine knocked the gear out of bark into neutral and causing the Jeep to roll across the street. Thankfully, no one was seriously hurt and the damage was minimal. I do believe, though, that this guy has a history of letting his dog drive. Here's some previous footage.
I don't even know why I bother. Do you want to go home? You don't pay attention to what I say. You're not even listening now, are you? No, what are you doing? No, don't! Oh, you are so much trouble! Bad dog! No! Mother of pearl!
Wow. Okay. So, a little hot under the collar, I tell you. So, yeah, that was weird. Meka, we'll start with you first. Do you believe this bullshit story? This guy just literally left his car in neutral and now he's trying to blame the dog.
Okay. I think the dog was drunk. That's all I'm saying. Dog had too much to drink, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, I hear these stories. It's like when somebody, I don't know, they just blame the dog. It's like when the classic story of like, oh, did you fart? No, that was the dog. You know, some weird, shitty story. And like, I hear these things all the time and I see these types of stories too, because I look through a ton of animal stories a lot. And they always seem to have this weird, like, cat dog thing, knocking something over, breaking something. It's just like, it's almost like don't have an animal around anything, you know, machinery. What? Don't have it near the nuclear missile button and shit like that because the cat's all. Ashley, do you own any pets?
I do. Yeah, I have a cat. I wouldn't let him drive again. But yeah, just that one time. Here's the problem with this story. Okay. Callie is the name of the dog. Callie is an Australian Shepherd. So she is used to having the shifter on her left side, right? So this is not her fault, except here's the big issue. Callie drove that Jeep right into an art museum. I'm hearing heist. She's trying to break in, steal some Wisconsin art. Then again, Packers, Bears. Is Callie actually a Bear fan? Trying to get in there. I heard that Callie's owner called up their insurance company. They had Allstate, and they were like, "We say you're in good hands, not paws."
Good point.
So.
Good point.
We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Yeah. I ran into that guy at Disneyland, and Oscar-winning actor, and I can't even remember his name right now. And it was funny because he didn't want to be recognized, and he has like the most recognizable face. And it's just like right when I saw him, and I didn't say anything. I didn't want to, because he had his baseball cap all pulled tight, and he's like this, walking around with a coat, and it's like hot as hell outside. And he looked like a suspect, like he looked like he was up to something,
just screaming the slogan.
And then yeah, exactly. And then like right when I saw him, because my girlfriend was right behind me as we're kind of trailing through people, and right when I saw him, I go, "Hey," like that, and then he's all, "Hey," like that, and he's just like pulling up his collars, and I'm like, I don't want to say anything because I don't know if anybody else noticed he was standing there. But yeah,
you're like, the Geico lizard wasn't as rude.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I stepped on him, so there was poor guy.
So the dog was trying to a drunk dog.
He was trying to rob
drunk
a
Australian dog. This is all making sense now.
Yep.
He was
You
Mad
start putting
Max.
things together.
He was Mad
Yeah.
Max. Yeah, he was. Yeah. What's his name? What the fuck's his name? I forgot his name.
Oh no, Mel Gibson. No,
Mel Gibson. Yeah, that's
Mel Gibson.
Mel Gibson.
yeah.
The terrible thing about this is the guy that owns the Jeep. Last year, he drove it into a 7-Eleven and blamed his cat. So this is he's gonna lose his no claims bonus.
His animals.
Not his animals. No, he can keep his animals.
I know. Who was the guy? Ace Ventura, dude. He's just like he's
Pet
got
detective.
animals all inside. His car's a zoo. He's got. They're on Zoom calls with the chimps right now as we speak.
I will say, me and this dog have the same driving skill level. So who am I to judge? I probably would have also did that. Yeah.
I like that Ashley pointed out that he was confused. Was it a female dog? Or did they say? They didn't say what it was. Right?
Oh, you're gonna go there?
No, I'm.
Oh, I see. Okay,
I didn't even
alright,
think
Ace.
about it. No, I was just. I was trying to be respectful of the dog. I didn't want to say he or she. But yeah, now that you said it, maybe it was a female dog driver. And
Wait a minute. You're concerned about the dog's gender, but not about insulting women?
No. Why? Hey, I didn't call the dog a bitch. So
Good.
I don't even know where I was going. Oh, the art heist. I was looping in my head because I had a Pablo Picasso joke and I already forgot what the fuck it was. So never mind. Fuck it.
It's all over the place.
It's gone now. I ruined it. Man,
Like
here we go.
Picasso.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, I do. So Melissa, what's your take on this?
No, I kind of went with the whole
Canine
Australian
conundrum.
thing. I'm like, okay, so somebody didn't, it's not his fault for not knowing the roads. But yeah, this is a service animal, clearly.
Dog just it was rough, mate. Rough.
Wait, what is he servicing this dog? Sorry, my brain went dirty again.
What is he servicing? He's servicing the art world.
Now I'm talking about bestiality. No, okay, yes, the artwork. I'm going with that, Ashley.
I would think that was weird. I would, Meka. But again, I lived in a 5th floor walk up in Manhattan, and like some of our only entertainment was going on the roof and checking out what was going on in other apartments. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say that's really weird and beyond the pale.
That's always
That's something that happens.
That's always a fun sport until you see what you don't want to see.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the lady and her shepherd.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. What street did you live on?
I was on the Upper East
Mika's
Side.
like, I can I check it out? Where was it?
No, I mean, I looked at, so like here in New York City, we're always looking at people's windows. It's like,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like when you initially see something, you go like, "Ooh, look at," and then you realize like, "Oh, they're not really attractive people," and then you can just. We used to live in an apartment complex where there was this couple that would always have like loud sex and and it sounded hot, but then because you knew what they look like, it was so repulsive to think about because it was just like. Yeah, and then you see her outside like throwing out trash or something. You're like, oh god, dude. It's just like I heard you, and yeah, I know what you're into, and it's just it's not fun. It's not something you want to get stuck in your head.
I don't know why if you didn't like it, why did you record it?
Yeah, right.
I had a railroad apartment.
Why did I use it as a backdrop on another show? Yeah.
3 hours later, I hate that.
Yeah, this is 3 hours. Oh God, I can't watch another 15 minutes of this. Do you girls want to plug anything before I roll our outro? Yeah.
Just my website, ashleygutermuth.com. That'd be great. People would go there.
Cool.
Check out stuff.
Meka?
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Meka Social to get updates on shows and things I'm doing. I have a weekly show in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. for comedians who are BIPOC or LGBTQ. So.
I will follow you. Melissa, do you have anything to plug?
Empire Comedy SD on Facebook, or Melissa is Funny on Instagram. And you catch me here every week.
Why do you false advertise? I don't understand.
Oh, rude.
Right?
No.
So rude.
Here we go. Here's okay. No, I haven't got to pick on Melissa in a couple weeks, so I have to do something. All right, so yeah, I am backed up.
Constipated.
I'm all plugged up, man. I gotta say something shitty. I don't know. I don't have any.
Comedy friends, Meka. Don't get comedy friends. They're the worst.
I want to thank my guests tonight, Ashley Gutermuth, Meka Mo, and of course, my lovely sidekick, Melissa Greenberg. My name is Ace Guillen, and this has been Cover Stories.